The truth of the matter is, without keeping Black Fighter's name in his mouth, nobody is interested in anything Teofimo Lopez has to say. Without keeping Black Fighters in his mouth, nobody would even know about his fight with Ortiz. Let's just be honest. Because at this point, you see him getting into it with Keyshawn Davis. He's talking about this person over here. He's talking about that person over there. He's talking about Spence. He's talking about Crawford. What is he doing? He's using every Black fighter name possible to get him some kind of attention because he can't generate it off his own, which I find amazing because this is the same guy who was bitching and screaming to the stars in the moon about what fighters are being promoted more. It seems to be you're doing more promoting for Black fighters than ESPN ever could. So how could you get mad at ESPN for showing attention to fighters that, number one, that they sign, and you're doing the same thing, and you're not a promoter, you're not signed to any of them, you don't do anything for them, so why are you using their name? Because without their name, you get no attention. Yes, T.O., we know that you upset. You feel like you supposed to get recognition. God damn it, I beat Teofimo Lopez and I beat Josh Taylor. Y'all supposed to be loving me. I get where you coming from. You right, you did beat Teofimo Lopez. I understand you want to claim the undisputed, but Lomachenko is the reason why you'll never be fucking undisputed. I don't even argue it with you. He accepted franchise champion. You are still a franchise champion. Matter of fact, you just got introduced as a franchise champion, what, your last fucking fight. So that proves that you was never fucking undisputed. All I know is one thing. Out of everybody that you talking about, okay, and everybody that you could talk about, you use nothing but the Black fighters to help propel yourself, to get you attention, to get you interviews, because without them, T.O., we don't give a fuck about you, bro. Your team don't even give a fuck about you. Top Rank don't even give a fuck about you. You should have known that when they dropped you from the movie. They didn't give a fuck about you. You fucked up. You did something wrong, T.O., and you trying to make up for it. But most importantly, everybody's noticing that you keeping this Black person's name in their mouth, that person. When you gonna talk about a Latin, T.O.? When you gonna criticize a Caucasian, T.O.? When you gonna have something? You want to know why? Because their names don't move the needle. See, you guys' name move the needle both ways. Okay? It gets them the attention that they need. They also use your name to say, hey, I'm the next Ali. Hey, I'm the next Tyson. They also use your name for bashing purposes to also get attention. So you're used all the way around. It just trips me out that somebody like Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying, talking about all the brothers getting attention, and the crackers over at ESPN is doing nothing but pandering to them. When you get the chance, what do? You keep your eyes, your nose, and your business, all that in a Black person's ass crack. That's all that you're doing, because without this, we wouldn't care about you. Of course you got to say this about Crawford. Of course you got to say that about, of course, but never forget who you're using to draw this fucking interest. Especially when it's somebody who was talking about the Latino movement. You remember that, T.O.? What happened to the Latino movement? You can't get no attention, just mention your Latino brothers. You gotta keep mentioning the Black dudes. What happened to that Latino movement, bro? What happened to Mauricio Sulaiman, you and him getting together and y'all making all the Latin champions and making it? What happened to that, T.O.? What happened to it? Hey, man, I'm just calling it like I see it, bro. That's all. But we all know that you need these Black fighters' names, and you need to be talking about them to even drum up attention, because they don't even like your ass over there at fucking Top Rank. Yes, you done did some shit in the game, T.O., but your attitude, the way you went about it, has totally fucked up. And check this out. Roy, I was your number one. Couldn't nobody tell me shit about Teofimo Lopez. I had this kid back 110 fucking percent. Man, but just give you some time to grow and leave you alone to expose yourself. If you ask me, you want to know what I think happened to you? Because I was talking to my friend the other day. He was telling me that, about the experiences doing coke. I never did coke, but I was curious about it. He was talking about, you know, once you do coke, you feel good. But once you come down, you get hella depressed. You know what I'm saying? That depression is a motherfucker. I kind of think that's what happened to T.O., because he definitely sniffed some shit. His brain is definitely up. He definitely not the same kid. You know what I'm saying? And all this. Hey, did y'all see that Blood, Sweat, and Tears? And man, T.O. so fucking corny, bro. I don't know what the fuck he doing. I watched that shit. I was like, man, this is some of the corniest shit. He walking around with the Like Water Bruce Lee book and this and that. I'm like, man, you being so fake at this point. That was just I'm sorry, that was the corniest episode of Blood, Sweat, Tears I ever fucking seen. T.O., you was trying too hard. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on this. Like, comment, subscribe, I'm out.